Book 3, Chapter 1. There was no rebellion in heaven before the garden scene. This verse is talking about the fallen angels that fell after the garden in Gen 6:4, 1 Cor 11:10, 2 Peter 2:4, Jude 1 verse 6, and Rev 9. Satan didn't have all the gems of Eden. Azazel did cause he taught mining. It's Abaddon. The morning star is used to describe Jesus too in Revelation. The morning star is symbolic for the start of something good, symbolizing the end of darkness and the first sign of day, right before sunrise. Like a first fruit of a good tree or the cause of salvation and the resurrection. When the fallen angels came, they taught mankind civilization in 5 subjects: metallurgy/mining, medicine, poison, astrology, and astronomy. The only angel that had all the jewels of Eden was Azazel, who taught mining precious metals. Eden is a term used for the best of the Fertile Crescent after the flood. The Hanging Garden of Babylon is an example. The next time you read Revelation, you can understand now the beast from the abyss spoken about in Rev 11, 17, and 9. These are the angels that return at the 5th trumpet Azazel, and the other 4 at the 6th Semjaza, Barakijal, Tamil, and Amaros. They come out of the abyss and kill the 2 witnesses who overcome the beast from the sea and earth. Their ministry coincides with the trumpets. Revelation 11 says they can do all kinds of plagues and turn water to blood. Water turns to blood in the 2nd trumpet. In Isaiah and Ezekiel, it's not talking about Satan, it's talking about Abaddon, the leader of the fallen angels Paul, John, Jude, and Peter mention. Ezekiel 28 verses 11 to 19. Even if he was created that way, like all the angels in the garden before, it still makes more sense it's an allusion to the fallen angels and not Satan. He was corrupted by the vastness of his trade and violence because of what his intentions were to do when he got there, which was teach mining and weapons. He was corrupted by his beauty when he decided with the others to take on the daughters of men and build a lineage while still in heaven. Isaiah 14 even more so fits Azazel. It says he wanted to be like the Most High and would ascend. But Satan would have eaten of the fruit if he thought that. Azazel, Semjaza, and the fallen angels are the ones that wanted to ascend and be like the Most High. They wanted to set themselves apart from all the other stars or angels in heaven. The verse is talking at the same time to the king of Tyre. He was in the garden of God, or had the best of the creation at the time he lived. Same with Azazel and the rest when he fell. Even if all the angels were like that, including the serpent in the garden, the only one corrupted by trade and violence was the fallen angels. Of course, the king of Tyre was too. Satan wasn't corrupted by his beauty or by his trading. The king of Tyre was, and so were the fallen angels. According to Isaiah, if it was Satan that the king was being compared with, he would have eaten the fruit of the tree of knowledge too, which he didn't. Satan wasn't trying to be greater than all the angels like the fallen angels were trying to make a name for themselves, intermingling with humans. That's how they wanted to be like the Most High, separate themselves from the rest of the stars of heaven, and be like the intermediaries to the Most High. The devil was trying to kill Adam and Eve by telling them they would be smart like God was. He probably knew what would happen if they understood the knowledge of good and evil. They'd die. As an angel observer, he probably wanted to see death and evil enter creation, which is why his punishment was more severe than Adam and Eve. He didn't want to be like the Most High in that regard. He wanted to see death enter creation. It has nothing to do with him corrupted by his own beauty. He wanted to see death and be the one to control it, rebelling in that way, trying to kill what God had made and probably make a name for himself that way. Both the fallen angels and Satan were trying to make names for themselves, but Satan tried to be the one that undid creation. And Azazel and the fallen angels wanted to make a name for themselves and mix with humanity and set themselves apart as intermediaries in an attempt to undo the curse of mortality by mixing their immortal spirit with the fallen physical world, using hybridization techniques to turn everything immortal again like Eden. It was more a sense of pride in the fallen angels than in the devil, who just rebelled in order to make a name for himself and see death inside of and creation being undone. The fallen angels in their pride did not respect the punishment of death God gave and tried to overcome it with their immortal, but created spirits, which resulted in the terrifying hybrids described in Enoch 7, which were fierce and described like bloodthirsty dinosaurs. Lucifer had all the jewels of Eden in Ezekiel 28. The serpent or Satan isn't described like that. Azazel had them. He fell in Enoch 8-10 and taught mankind mining metals after Eden was closed. Eden was a term used for the best of the area before and after the flood. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon was a symbol of Eden in that way. The morning star is symbolic in a way the serpent doesn't define. It was Azazel who was the dawn of civilization with the rest of the angels who fell after the garden in the time of Jared in the city of Enoch that came founded east of Eden in the land of Nod before the flood in the Atlantean days. Semjaza led them, but the sin was ascribed to Azazel for teaching weapons from the main craft of mining. Azazel was the one who taught Tubal-Cain in Genesis 4 verse 22. That's who the king of Tyre is being described as, not the serpent or Satan. There's a bit of confusion. There was no rebellion in heaven before the rebellion in Eden. That happened after in Gen 6 Enoch 8-10 confirmed by Jude 1 verse 6, 2 Peter 2 verse 4, Revelation 9, and 17:8 and 11, and also alluded to by Paul in 1 Corinthians 11 verse 10. Even if today they see sons of God as descended from Seth and not Cain, Jude, Peter, Paul, and John saw the sons of God as fallen angels, not men. Another reason why Satan is not Lucifer is that Azazel was confined in the pit when Satan presented himself to God in Job. Chapter 2.